Thanks for listening to today's episode of Medical Device Global Market Access by Pure Global. Today, we're exploring one of the most fundamental requirements for taking a medical device to international markets: the role of the in-country representative. For any MedTech manufacturer aiming to sell products in a country where they do not have a registered legal entity, appointing a local representative is a critical and almost always mandatory step. This role goes by many names depending on the region. You may hear it called an authorized representative, a local agent, a registration holder, or a sponsor, but its core function remains the same. They are your legal liaison on the ground. The primary role of the in-country representative begins with product registration. They act as the formal point of contact with the national regulatory authorities, such as the FDA in the United States, a competent authority in an EU member state, or the TGA in Australia. The representative is responsible for submitting the registration dossier and managing communications with the agency throughout the review process. In many countries, the registration certificate is issued in the representative's name, and their name and address must be included on the device's labeling and packaging. This makes them the official face of your product within that country's legal and regulatory framework. Once a product is approved and on the market, the representative's role shifts to post-market surveillance and vigilance. This is a critical responsibility that ensures patient safety. If a serious incident occurs with your device, it is the in-country representative who is legally obligated to report it to the national authority within the specified, often very strict, timelines. They manage the communication for Field Safety Corrective Actions, or FSCAs, which include product recalls or advisory notices. They must also maintain access to the device's technical documentation, ready to provide it to authorities upon request for an audit or investigation. A common strategic mistake we see is manufacturers appointing their commercial distributor as their in-country representative. While this may seem efficient initially, it can create significant business risks. This arrangement legally ties your product registration to that specific distributor. If you decide to change distributors due to performance issues or a shift in strategy, you may lose your registration entirely. This forces you to start the lengthy and expensive registration process from scratch with a new partner, effectively locking you out of the market and giving your former distributor immense leverage. This is why engaging an independent, professional in-country representative is the recommended best practice. An independent representative separates your regulatory compliance from your commercial activities. This gives you, the manufacturer, complete control and flexibility over your distribution channels. You can add, remove, or change distributors as your business needs evolve, all without impacting your legal product registration. The independent representative's sole focus is regulatory affairs, ensuring that your interests are protected and your compliance obligations are met, allowing you to focus on growing your market presence. If your company needs help navigating the complexities of global market access and appointing the right in-country representation, we invite you to see how Pure Global can accelerate your journey. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.